Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lance. Today we have a bulletproof circuit. We're gonna stimulate, we're gonna activate, we're gonna energize and strengthen our body. No equipment needed. I'm out here in my gym, my garage gym. Real dad life activated. Got bikes on the wall, tools about. We're gonna work on our core, bulletproof our joints like our shoulders, our knees, and our hips. And we're going to strengthen our full body so that we have vitality and energy all day. So we're gonna start off with the warm up. After that, we're gonna roll through 2 rounds of our circuit. If you're feeling really good after the second round, feel free to add another round. I'll be coaching everything through voiceover so that you can stay locked in on the practice. Without further ado, let's dive in. So we're gonna start with our warm up, low lunge to half split. So to start off, I have my back knee under my hip, my left heel right under my knee. As I inhale, I shift forward, and as I exhale, I shift into a half split. So start slow and fluid. Rock between that deep lunge and the half split. We have 6 on each side. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into your hamstrings. There's no rush here. Take plenty time to let your body open. Warming up is a perfect time to check in with what your body needs, where you're tight, where you feel stable. When you're ready, switch sides if you haven't already. 6 on each side. 6 meaning forward and back is 1. So low lunge stretch, half split stretch equals 1. If the floor feels a little too far away to touch on your half split, you can use blocks, you can use the support of a chair, or maybe your kids are nearby, you can put a hand on their shoulder depending on how tall they are. All right, so now we're gonna move into our beast hold. This is an animal flow move, so hands on the floor, elbows line up to touch the knees. Once you find that alignment, we're gonna find our nice tabletop. We're gonna tuck your toes and lift just an inch or 2 off of the mat. From here, we're gonna lift our right hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch hands, keeping our hands 1 inch off the ground. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now start with our left toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switching sides. Keep those knees low, core tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good job, good job. Okay, go ahead and roll those wrists out. Any animal flow move, most animal flow moves require a lot of wrist flexibility and strength. It's a good way to warm up the whole body. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into it and we're gonna add the cross body balance. So find that same position, tuck those toes, getting ready with the core. Once you find your levitation, we're gonna levitate right hand, left foot for 5 seconds. Nice, and switch sides. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Crazy how such a simple move can be so challenging. All right, and this is called magnetic wrist. You can do wrist rolls or you can do magnetic wrists where we keep the wrists together, stretch them out as far as we can and roll them back into our body. Once you've done a couple of magnetic wrists one way, you can rotate and go the other way. And one more time with our beast hold just to make sure everything is firing on all cylinders. We're gonna do one hand at a time. 5 seconds each hand. You got it. Switching hands after your 5 seconds. Staying focused with this warm up. Feel the core starting to warm up really nicely. Once you've done each hand, you have your toes we lift for 5 seconds. And then cross body, if you still have some in the tank, cross body, stabilize, keep the limbs low to the mat, core tight. Beautiful. Go ahead and relax. Very nice. Now we can get funky with it. One of my favorite ways to warm up the wrist. Create that wave, create that sensation both ways. All right, now let's check in with the hips. Let's see what they're talking about. Now with our 90-degree hip flow, we're gonna sit on our butt. You can have your hands on the floor if you want, or you can go Bluetooth mode, that's hands-free, hands off of the mat, hands off of your body. And just notice how we're just warming up the hips, opening as I roll to one side. Now, if you can, to add a little extra cherry on top, you want to keep that back leg down as long as humanly possible as you go to the next side. As you get to that side, it does not really matter if your 90 degrees touch the floor or not. If you're able to get there, that's awesome. If not, keep practicing this flow and watch your hips open day by day. Hips don't lie, especially when you're a dad. We need our hips to be mobile so that we can play and get on the floor and get off the floor when we do get on the floor. Also so that we feel younger than what our age actually is. One of the first things to get tight, especially in first world countries, especially in countries where we're sitting all the time, first thing to get tight is the hips and the lower back. So we want to get out ahead of it. Keep everything in the hips nice and oiled up. All right, so make sure you have some water nearby. We're about to start the circuit, starting with ATG split squats. So if you want, with your ATG split squats, the higher that you start with that front foot, the easier it's gonna be, which I recommend for your first round is to go higher instead of floor level, unless you have prior experience with the ATG split squat. Now that front foot is gonna be completely flat on your surface. That back foot is gonna be far enough back so you have plenty of room to try to push your front knee over your front toes. That's the goal. So we're finding a nice deep stretch on the left hip flexor, and we're trying to push that front knee as far as we can, keeping our front heel down at the same time. If your hamstring does not touch your calf and that front leg, it is okay, but that's our goal. So we're working for 10 on each side here. Slow, controlled movements, follow your breath if possible. Once you've done 10 on one side, we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. Find your placement, take your time. It's okay if this first round feels a little easy as you have that front foot elevated. On the second round, we're gonna drop our elevation and you'll see how much more difficult that can be. Belly button in, tailbone tucked under your spine. Big chest, moving with control. And once you've done 10 on each side, shake it out. Good work. We are now moving on to push-ups. So catch your breath. Take at least 30 seconds to shake it out. And when you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and meet on the floor, meet on the mat, wherever you have your space set up. First thing I do once my hands are on the mat is screw my hands in, so I externally rotate my elbows to the back. Find that long plank in your body, keeping the elbows tucked towards the side. And we have 10 slow push-ups. The challenge is pausing at the bottom for at least 1 to 3 seconds on each push-up. Staying off of the ground, that is, let me be clear. We're not just resting, as you can see, staying levitated, staying focused, staying calm, exploding out of the push-up. If you need to, push up out of your knees, bend your knees, keep the nice long plank still, belly button into the spine. There you go, keep it up, you're doing great. When in doubt, when it's starting to sizzle in the chest and the legs, wherever you're feeling it, remember why you are doing this. You could easily just be sitting on the couch right now. Finish those 10 reps. Shake it out, let the blood flow. Now we're moving back into the hips. This is called hip circles. So I start off in a tabletop. I kick my right heel to the sky, keeping that 90-degree angle. I bring that knee over high into a fire hydrant over to the side, and then I graze my elbow to complete my circle. Slow circles on each side, keeping the core tight. Moving through peanut butter is the visual, is the feel. It's important that we don't just have the mobility, the flexibility in our hips, but we also need the strength. So just the little note of adding some slowness, some tension, adding some body weight tension into your hips while you move, that is enough to start strengthening that hip, that whole hip capsule. Once you've done 6, switch sides. How square can you keep your hips as you rotate your knee up and around? Once you've done 6 on each side, quick breather. I do realize that I didn't take much of a break here, but if you need to, pause for a second and dive right back in when you're ready. Our next piece is Superman rows. So with the Superman row, I'm on my belly, I'm prone. And then when you're ready, we're gonna lift the legs, lift the arms as high as you can. Extra challenge if you keep the feet together. As you exhale, you bring the elbows back. As you inhale, you reach back forward. Again, moving through peanut butter, we're acting like we're pulling something behind us. Opening the collarbones nice and wide. Let the energy flow. We have 10 solid reps, at least a 1-second pause every time you pull back. See how tight you can squeeze those muscles, glutes, lower back, shoulder blades. Even squeezing your hands on the pool. Nice. Once you finish 10, take a break. We can add some windshield wipers to the mix. Feet to the sky, and then shake your hips, shake your legs side to side. Last piece to the first round of our circuit is what we call ape reach in the animal flow community. So we're starting in the primal squat. If you need to put a wedge or a towel under your heels, feel free to do that. Otherwise, we're working our heels to the floor, sitting as upright as possible. As I exhale, I rotate my hands, I rotate the back of my hands together and reach out. As I inhale, I spin my palms to the sky and behind me and open my face and my chest to the sky. So exhale, you reach forward, back of the hands touch. Inhale, you spin your hands open and blossom just like a beautiful lotus or a rising phoenix, whatever fictional character you like or believe in. Fire-breathing dragon, maybe. Now, as you notice in the very beginning of this ape reach, I was on my heels, stayed on my heels. You have the option to also, as you inhale and lift, to come onto the toes. Balls of the toes. That requires a little more balance, but it's all right because our kids are already keeping us on our toes. Functional movement, functional strength, dynamic meditation. Very good, very good. Once you've done your 10 ape reaches, let's take a break. Take at least a minute off, grab some water, grab some positive thoughts. We have one more round. If you're staying with me, check the text, check the DM, do whatever you gotta do. These workouts are designed for vitality, specifically for energy. This flow is also designed to bulletproof your joints so that you can be as young as your kids, at least in your body, as much as you can. Round number 2, we have 10. Notice the different demand as you go lower. So if you were up on a chair with your front foot in the first round, maybe try to go into a yoga block or a stack of books that's a little shorter than that chair. If you're able to, you can go ahead and try to go on the floor. Just see what happens. If it's too tough, if you lack the range of motion to get a full quality split squat in, then stay with your foot elevated. When you're ready, we're gonna switch sides, 10 on each side. So let's balance it out. Give those knees and ankles some loving, those hips. As your legs begin to cook more and more, notice where your posture is. Notice where your breath is. We wanna stay tall. We wanna be in control of our breathing. Big, full breath still. You can inhale on the way down and exhale as you push. All right, once you've done your 10, shake it out. You already know what's next. Get your mind right. We have push-ups, adding that pause at the bottom. So it's easy, or easier at least, to do push-ups and just bust it out, or to do anything and just kind of go through it. Do half reps or whatever, go through it fast. But to really take your time and control, almost at that yoga tempo, and you go slow and you control it and you see how long you can maintain the good form, and then you push through. That's a whole different kind of strength. That goes deeper than just the surface, deeper than just looks. When you're ready, set yourself up for a nice push-up position, either in knees or toes. We have 10 push-ups. Let's get it. I see you starting off strong. Good form. Keep that belly button tucked in. Long line of energy in the body. Long plank. Doesn't matter if it's 1 second, doesn't matter if it's 3 seconds, doesn't matter if you can't hold it at the bottom anymore and you just have to push straight through it. That's fine. Sending all that love to your body, giving your body what it really wants. Fight through, you got it. Stay focused, you got it. Breathe it out. Yes. Good job. Once you finish your 10, shake it out, get some water. Find your breath. Now we have our hip circles again. We're gonna be moving the other way now. So our knee is gonna touch our elbow first, then we go fire hydrant, then we go donkey kick 90 degree to the sky. Donkey kick and back, yeah. So elbow, fire hydrant, donkey kick, reset. There you go. Still moving through peanut butter or whatever your favorite nut butter is. There you go. Keeping your hips square, shoulders square. Letting that first leg do all the work. That rotating leg, let that leg do all the work. Once you've done 6, switch sides. Strengthen mobility. Again, elbow first, fire hydrant, and then find the sky with your heel. Now, if you're into things like outdoor activities, camping, hiking, backpacking, or maybe you're a weekend warrior like me, or maybe you just like to go on walks and you just like to move your body, dance, whatever you like to do, you'll notice by doing movements like this, training your body in this way, moving through life is gonna start to feel effortless for you. Not only will you have the energy, not only will you have the dopamine and serotonin loving you, but also you're just gonna have a life-proof body where you can do almost anything you wanna do. Back to our Superman rows. When you're ready, you can levitate. Legs and arms. Again, exhale as we pull through all the way to the back. Inhale as you reach for more. Oh yeah, bring it in. And then get some more. We need 10. Airplane mode. It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh no, it's just Dad. Good. Reaching for more. Pull it all the way through. Get your 10. Stay in control. If you ever did have to drop your legs, it's not the end of the world. Let's just keep going. Modify as needed. Just keep going. Good. Finish your 10. Windshield wipers. Relax your head. Beautiful work. We have one more piece to this puzzle, and that is ape reach. You can either do your ape reach again from flat-footed position. You can do it as you inhale, you can come up onto your tiptoes. Or plan C, option C, is as you inhale, you come onto the toes and you lift your hamstrings off your calves. You lift up through your knees a little bit. Again, this is all in the joints. Feel it in your ankles, stretching your spine as you lift through your toes. And if you get a little distance between your thighs and your calves, you also notice a little bit more knee stimulation as we also open our hips. There's just so much going on in such a beautiful way. Less than 30 minutes, no equipment, no gym. YouTube is free. Using your body is free. Using your own space, free. Again, following your breath as we exhale, back of the hands touch, we fold forward. As we inhale, we spin open ourselves up to more life, more energy, more vitality, more opportunity. And once you finish your 10th ape reach, go ahead and relax. We're going to move into our cool down, starting with our 90-degree hip flow that we started with. Now we're going to just go ahead and melt. So instead of just going back and forth, we're going to spend about 3 breaths over each leg, over each half pigeon. Notice the release in your lower back, in your upper hips, your glutes. Even though I filmed this video and I was just by myself in the garage, I've done flows like this countless of times with my kids around, and with them around, with them jumping on me sometimes, this is still very easy to execute. The moves might be challenging, but to actually have time and space and energy for this, it doesn't take a lot. And also your kids will like it because a lot of this you're on the floor. At least my kids will start to try to copy me and do these things. And some of these things, even like 90-degree hip flow, man, they can move their hips in ways that I couldn't even imagine right now. But still, I just love how much range of motion that I am able to sustain just through simple movement, just carving out the time. When you're ready, let's move into eagle arms. I'm going to sit in a cross-legged stance, left arm in front, right elbow tucks under the left elbow. Reach out with your elbows as far as you can. Tuck your chin into your chest and fold forward. Let's take a few big breaths here. Let's try to slow your breathing down. Big belly breaths as you inhale. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and roll up. Right arm goes out in front, left elbow tucks underneath. Push those elbows away from your body, tuck your chin, forward fold. Open the hips, open your upper back, shoulders, back of your neck. Once you're satisfied, roll yourself up. We're going to do 3 neck rolls each way. Let your shoulders drop far, far, far away from your ears. And just start to notice how you feel in your body right now. Notice your heart beating, your lungs expanding. Speaking of expansion, if you'd like a little extra sauce, go ahead and go into a mudra hand position, so interlacing fingers behind your back, pushing your fists away from your body, open your collarbone, open your heart, open your throat, and breathe into the open space. You're not just getting fit, you're getting resilient, built to last, rooted in strength. Keep showing up. If you want to go deeper, check out the free Vital Dad Masterclass. The link's in the description. Until next time, stay vital.